I'm pretty sure I have a hole in my butt. But not my butthole. It's in my pants.
I'm putting that.
No!
Yeah, that's
No.
definitely going on. I have a hole in my butt, but not my butthole. The Atticus Institute from 2015 is potentially the last found footage film we're watching.
Ever
in our lives. No. That makes it sound like we didn't like it. No. We're done with the found footage marathon.
For the time being.
All right. When the U.S. government attempts to weaponize the power of a possessed woman, they soon discover that there are forces. I really can't read right now.
Yeah, you want me to? I can read.
Forces that exist in this world that simply cannot be controlled. I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm having a hard time seeing.
I don't know. Really maybe you need glasses.
Yeah, maybe
your eyes are aging.
So, okay. What'd you think?
I liked this movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I thought I was pretty creeped out at times. Like, I think that there was a really good atmosphere, and there's a couple scenes that were just like, they were freaky.
Yeah.
I like the story. It reminds me kind of heavily of Stranger Things, just because it's like, you know, the most recent thing to compare it to. But I think it's fascinating because you hear all kinds of stories about these like secret government like psyops where they're trying to experiment or test psychokinetic abilities, and I 100% think that's a thing. So it just kind of makes sense that they would want to, you know, test somebody and potentially abuse any power that they could get out of it.
Sure. I mean, now as far as this film goes, they initially start testing for those kinds of abilities, and throughout the process of it, they find somebody who is ultimately powerful, far beyond anyone else that they run into. But whilst in the midst of doing their testing, they discover that this person is actually just possessed.
Which is super cool.
Which is very cool. Yeah. And you know, I'm pretty down on exorcism movies because they're, you know, wash, lather, repeat, right?
Sure.
Or rinse, lather, repeat.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a huge fan of just, you know, regurgitating the same things. That sounds ironic coming from a slasher fan. So maybe I am being hypocritical here. But exorcism, I think it's just because the exorcism movies they don't work for me as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I love slashers, and exorcism movies are super hit or miss for me. So slashers can kind of recycle.
Sure.
And have some redundancies that I can ignore, but exorcism movies are always the same thing. And like for this to actually be like the government is trying to weaponize someone who's possessed is a great idea.
Yes.
And it's done, you know, very clinically and believably. Like, yes, this is found footage. This is these are video cameras that are there to document what's going on, right? So it's like security cameras or just cameras they've set up to do these tests. So it's filmed definitely a little different than most of the ones. There's not, if there's much handheld in this, I'm not remembering it. It's mostly stationary cameras that are just around. So
yeah, and it's intermixed with documentary footage of interviews.
Sure, because this takes place
employees.
Way before.
Yeah.
Right. It's like in the 70s, 1976.
Yeah.
And the documentary they're doing it on, that they're doing is set like in 2015, like when this film takes place. So. This is footage that they're referring back to from many, many, many years ago.
Yeah.
And it does have a pretty authentic feel to it, and that's something we keep saying in here is like that is we actually do have one more found footage film.
Oh, you just remembered?
Followed.
Oh.
So, yeah, I guess this isn't our last one, guys. One more
Yeah.
until I remember another one. But yeah, I think that the performances are all good. Mm-hmm. I think the performance from the girl who's possessed is great. Ugh. I think everyone else is good.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else has really asked for much more. But for some reason, I never, like, especially the main doctor, who I've actually seen in a bunch of things, this dude.
Yes, I recognized him as well.
His name is William Mapother? Mapother?
Sure.
I've seen him in a few things. I don't know. There was something about his performance in this that felt stiff to me. But man, she's just creepy. And she has these moments in the film where she's like reciting things or making people talk through her.
Oh my god, and it's like...
And they're like repeating themselves really quietly.
Oh, it's so creepy.
Yeah, that's the best part of the film for me.
That, and then like even like she's like predicting what people like will say, and they don't realize it until they like rewind the footage. That all of that's great. I do think her performance is really great too, because like the character, it would just suck so bad to not only be possessed by a demon, but also have the government like testing on you. Like she's just in agony.
Yeah.
And you feel like for the person that's in between all that, it would just be absolute hell. And what you were saying kind of earlier, exorcism movies typically work for me almost all the time. And I think it's more because I have like religious trauma or something, so I'm like fine with it being recycled. But I do really love when movies like this, or what was the one that we watched, oh my god, that I can't, Free Fall.
Oh yeah.
Where they have a
really
cool take on the exorcism genre, and I think that this one, especially because it's found footage, I just like that combination, and I think it was just really unique for the movie that it was. But
yeah, believe it or not, this one is not on Tubi.
Yeah.
You actually have to rent this one.
Yeah.
So, Guillermo Canale has recommended this one, and he sent me like 1,000 films. And I don't think this is one of them. I guess I should have checked. Because if I own it, I'm going to be annoyed.
But also
I don't
happy.
think I do. So, yeah, it is a bummer that it wasn't free. But it is what it is. We liked it, so that's fine. If we hated it, I would be like, Guillermo, get out of here.
Get out. But instead, we're like, come on
back over.
Come on back.
All right. Plug your subscriber thing, and then let's get out of here.
Oh, yeah. If you like this channel,
subscribe.
It's so awkward.
It is awkward. I hate it.
And like and share, or unsubscribe and dislike and don't share
and die. Yeah.
Check out our Patreon. The link is below.
And the TikTok. We actually really enjoy doing the TikTok videos.
The TikTok videos we like.
I have no problem promoting the TikTok videos because we do some shorts on there that are really badass.
Yeah. We try to post them also on YouTube, but honestly, TikTok is like better for that type of format, I feel.
Absolutely, because it doesn't like degrade the quality of the video.
Yeah.
Transferring it over.
And if you're not on TikTok, like, what are you doing? There's so much on TikTok. There's like so many different communities, and there's a big horror community over there. So
I totally understand why you're not on TikTok. Because she lives on TikTok.
I do live on TikTok.
I do not.
But I make him kind of live on TikTok, like
she
vicariously.
Shoves it in my face every 5 seconds. Anyways, bye.